Hey, you there, Travis? You should still be at the office about now, right? I have some work I want you to finish up by today. I put all the data into the cloud file. Start on it as soon as you're back at your desk. You got that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, but to be honest, it's kind of hard for me to accept that assignment, sir. I'm already set to head straight home today. I mentioned it yesterday about not being able to work late today.
Are you serious? You already finished work? Well, that's all out the window. Sorry, work comes before play. Just get it done, Travis. Got that? What's more important to you? Your career? Or some video games waiting for you at home? Get to work! The work I just assigned you involves the President's meeting set for tomorrow morning. If you don't get this done, it will certainly affect your career.
Wasn't that the presentation documents that the section chief assigned to you? I was there during the meeting. Don't you remember?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to say that both me and the chief have already left for the day. So that leaves you to take care of things.
Really? Can't you get someone else?
Like I said, this is material that's needed for the President's meeting tomorrow morning. I don't have to tell you how important that meeting is now, do I? Besides, there's nobody left at the office now. Except you, of course. If you don't get this done by tonight, and I'm telling you, Travis, your future is sure going to look bleak as hell.
I don't know how much longer I can bear this. Do you realize that I've been working overtime until midnight for the last 2 months? There were even days I ended up working all night and continue throughout the next day.
Yeah? So what? Everyone does overtime on occasion. You're not the only one.
It's just that I've really reached my limit. I don't know how much longer I can continue.
Come on, Travis. You're not a kid anymore. What's with the victim mentality? You work for this company, and we pay you a salary, for God's sake. Stop whining and get to work, would ya? The longer you wait, the longer you won't be able to go home.
Yes, Mr. Johnson. I'll get on it right away.
Hey, Travis. I know you're working overtime again tonight, but I had to talk to you.
Oh, hey, Sandy. Yeah, can you believe it?
Is your boss forcing work on you again? You keep this up and you'll get burned out sooner or later. This can't last.
Yeah, well, I just can't seem to get out of it.
This whole mess, it's all completely my fault, right? I'm really sorry. It really was not my intention.
What are you saying? This is not your fault, Sandy. It was all Mr. Johnson and that section chief, Mr. Blaine's fault. They should never have hit on you like that.
Yeah, well, I suppose so, but you reported them to HR, and after a while, the top brass reprimanded them for how they were treating their staff members. Not really naming you specifically, but they knew, of course. Well, long story short, I was forced to resign. Isn't this whole mess making you work late hours payback for, as they would probably put it, snitching on them, right? I know you tried putting in a request for transfer to another department and even another branch office, but there's no guarantee when that will happen.
I'm really sorry I got you into this mess, Sandy.
Please, Travis, don't worry about me. I'm fine. It's you I'm worried about. Just don't push yourself too hard. I don't want you overdoing things. Just so you know, I'm working too, and you can just quit and find a new job. You've got plenty of potential. My dad was really worried too. Hey, Travis, you okay? Have we been cut off or something? Are you seeing this text? What's up? Are you there? Did something come up? Are you back working? Travis, answer me!
Hey, Travis, you seeing this? I heard you were taken to the hospital. What the hell are you doing? You just dumped that work I assigned you. Those documents for the President's meeting today. Are you out of your mind? You really think this kind of scare tactic is going to change anything? I mean, calling an ambulance while working overtime. Trying to highlight your ill treatment or something? Well, it isn't going to work, buddy. According to the doctor, they say it's exhaustion. More like weakness, if you ask me. How can you become exhausted just for working a few nights of overtime? Stop your belly aching, Travis. You're such a fuss spot. Get a good night's sleep, and you'll be fine, for God's sake. It's my job as your immediate superior to discipline irresponsible employees like you. Show you how things are done around here. I'll stop by the hospital tomorrow morning with your laptop. If you don't want to get fired, I suggest you get to work, buddy.
Hello, Mr. Johnston. It's been quite some time, hasn't it?
Hasn't been long at all. Something wrong up there? You in the psych ward or something? We just talked at the office yesterday.
This is Sandy, Travis's wife. You remember me, right?
Say again? Sandy?
Yes, I don't know your line address, so I'm replying to you on my husband's phone. I hope you don't mind.
Sandy, I didn't expect to hear from you. You took me a bit off guard there. I didn't realize you were so impatient to talk to me. I don't blame you. So, I guess you thought it over and came to the conclusion that I was the better option, huh? Kinda late for that, but still. Aren't you a little worried of leaving a record of our intimate conversation on your husband's phone? Not worried of the consequence, huh? Which means...
Would you stop forcing my husband to work every night?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not forcing anybody to do anything.
That ambulance? That was all my doing. I called them last night.
You called them? Why'd you go and do that?
I was conversing with him through line last night when it suddenly went dead. I couldn't get a response from him after that. I was extremely worried. I called security and asked them to check out his office on the 3rd floor where he was working late last night. After some time, they made the rounds and a security guard found my husband on the floor, passed out cold.
Wait a sec. I was not aware of that. This is not my fault, you got that? Don't blame this on me. The only reason he was working late is because he's slow. He's always taking a break and wasting precious time. He's got to work overtime. It's his own damn fault.
Do you really expect me to believe you and Mr. Blaine? The two guys who were joking about sharing me? How can I trust what you guys say?
You're not blabbing about this nonsense to other people at the office, are you? We don't need groundless rumors spreading.
I've refrained from expressing my true opinion regarding how you've treated us, but this has gone far enough. I know this is all about giving you the brush off. You're just getting back at me, aren't you?
Excuse me? How could you say that to your boss?
You're not my boss anymore. You're twice as old as my husband and I. Don't you think it's a little cringeworthy for a middle-aged guy to be salivating after a young woman, a former staff member?
You little ungrateful sneak! All I was trying to do was make office life easier for you, so you can do your job. To take you under my wing and teach you the ropes. That's all.
Really? That was your intention? You seemed like you wanted more than that. That's why I refused. What was so wrong about that? I did my job properly and on time. There was nothing to fault me for.
You think you're going to get away from insulting me like that, you spoiled brat?
I've talked to my husband already. I'm recommending that he resign.
What? Are you serious?
Goodbye, Mr. Johnston.
You really have nerve. You know that? You're just going to convince the guy that you rely on to live day and day to just up and quit, huh? Yeah, right. You do that, and you guys will be left homeless and penniless in no time. Good luck with that. You really screwed up, Sandy. I thought you were a bit attractive, and I thought I would give you a chance. But you decided to throw it all down the drain. I can't figure you out, but do as you like. I don't give a damn.
Good morning, Sandy. Are you up? I just took a look at my smartphone. I didn't check it since 2 days ago. I see you had a little conversation with Mr. Johnson. Didn't go all that amicably, it seems.
Yeah, right. Not a real friendly conversation, I suppose. I saw your phone on the bedside table and I was going to turn it off. Then I saw all those message notices on there that I just had to see what it was about. Could have been an emergency. Well, it was all Mr. Johnston. He was trash-talking you as usual. And after reading it, I just couldn't take it any longer. I just blew a fuse and just let my feelings out. I'm sorry.
Don't be. When it comes to my well-being, you always tend to blow a fuse.
I'm really sorry, Travis. I really shouldn't have gone off on him like that. Without first talking it over with you, but I just can't stand that guy.
Don't worry about it. No problem. Actually, I'm thankful for what you did.
Huh? You're okay with it?
He was here earlier. He stopped by to drop off his laptop.
Why'd he do that?
He said I had a lot of time on my hands while I'm here, so he told me to get to work on some urgent documents.
Wait, what? Are you serious? He was there this morning?
Relax, Sandy.
How can you be so calm, Travis? You're recuperating from exhaustion, for God's sake. And he's making you work? That guy needs a little more talking to.
Yeah, right. But all the same, relax. Because you told him off, he made the mistake of handing me some helpful materials for my payback plans.
Huh? What's the laptop got to do with your paycheck plans?
You'll find out soon enough. I know this is all hard on you. But give me a bit more time, would you?
Yeah, okay. If you say so, Travis. I'll leave it to you. But just don't do anything rash. You got that?
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Sandy.
Hey, Travis, are you still faking that exhaustion charade? About that assignment I asked you to finish up. I thought I told you to complete that by morning. I was expecting it to be uploaded to the cloud file, but it's nowhere in sight. What's going on, buddy? I'm having a meeting in an hour. I need those files. Do your job, for Christ's sake.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
I went all the way to the hospital to drop off my laptop, and this is the thanks I get? You lazy bum!
I'm sure you noticed, but I'm lying in a hospital bed right now.
Yeah, I can see that. But all you're doing is sleeping. You can move those fingers and tap away at that keyboard, can't you? I had the forethought to take that laptop to you so you can get your work done and save your job. Can't you see that, for crying out loud?
I'm very sorry about this, Mr. Johnson. I know you need those files, but I was ordered not to work and to get adequate rest while I'm here.
Excuse me? Am I hearing you right?
I'll give your laptop back to you later, okay? You better have someone else work on those documents.
What the hell are you even talking about? I never gave you such orders, and Mr. Bain didn't either. Oh, I get it. Doctor's orders, huh? The doctor ordered you to take it easy and not work, is that it?
Yes, as you say, the doctor did say that, but...
These doctors, they always exaggerate these things. You know that! Just ignore the guy, would you?
Yeah, but this is a request from the company. And I can't very well ignore a request from the company now, can I? Or do you want me to just disregard company policy?
Like I said, I never gave such an order. Are you deaf now?
This is a request directly from the president of the company.
Hold a sec. What did you just say? The president? The head of this company?
That's right. The president, CEO of the company. He contacted me directly and ordered me to rest and not work.
Why in God's name would he do that? Why are you even connected to him? You're just a lowly staff member. Why would he even be aware of your presence?
It was that laptop you brought me. Yours, wasn't it?
Excuse me? The laptop I brought you? I have no idea what you're getting at, buddy.
I'm sure you know, but about 10 days ago, the company set up a special online hotline that allows staff members to add comments directly to the president of the company.
Don't tell me you went ahead and...
Yep, that's right. I put in a comment. That laptop you brought me was already registered to the hotline, so all I did was include my name, employee ID number, and my comment.
Darn it! I thought I put a lock on that site.
Back when the special online hotline was established, I was pretty out of it. Working every night till quite late, I wasn't really in the frame of mind to be checking the details of the site. I had no idea that you could converse directly with the company president about whatever topic seemed important, whether it be grievances about the kind of coffee in the staff lounge to unfair work environments. But once I was able to recuperate in the hospital, and as you say, have a lot of time on my hands, I was able to think straight and check the details of the hotline, thanks to you. One thing led to another, and I was able to contact the president directly.
Are you friggin' serious?
As this is the case, I have decided to resign from the company.
What? You're quitting?
Yes, I sent my resignation letter directly to the president himself.
Wait, you sent your resignation directly to the company president?
Yes, that's right. He discouraged me from resigning, but I had already made up my mind.
So, why the hell do you have to resign?
My uncle owns a small company, and he offered me a job there, and I decided to accept. I decided on resigning and taking this new job, mostly because my wife urged me to do so, and the new job seemed a lot more interesting.
Interesting? So this job you got now, it's not very interesting to you, huh?
No, it's not. I gradually lost interest in the job. There was zero motivation or any sense of purpose in the work I was doing.
So that's how you felt about this job? Are you making fun of our work here?
No, not at all. It's just the motivating factor of the job, that's all. First, the senior management I'm supposed to respect and learn from try to seduce my wife. Then I try to help my wife by reporting it, and you guys enact revenge by making me work overtime day in and day out. Until I ended up in the hospital. Let me ask you this. Would you want to work in a company like that? I'm pretty sure I know what the answer would be.
That all depends on you. It depends on if you have the guts and perseverance to make it through the rigorous demand of being a marketing manager. Clearly, you don't have what it takes.
Well, if that's the case, show the other staff members that you have what it takes as an example to others. Do your own work for a change, instead of just talking, giving orders. I urge you to put the work in yourself. Until you do that, none of your staff will ever respect you.
Shut your damn little trap, you little smart mouth! How can you talk to me like that?
As for me, I'm going to use up all my remaining paid holidays I wasn't able to use and resign. I think I'll rest up a bit before starting my new job. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I just talked to my lawyer. I'm planning to demand compensation from both you and the chief manager, Mr. Bain. So expect a letter from him in the near future.
Compensation? Are you serious?
Very serious. Like I said, my lawyer will contact you from now on, so I probably won't be seeing you again.
Hold it a second, Travis. You can't do this!
I can, and I will. Talk to my lawyer. It's been a pleasure working for you, Mr. Johnson. Goodbye. Well, after that conversation, Mr. Johnson and the chief manager came barging into the hospital demanding to see me, but were chased off by the staff. They made such a racket that the hospital even threatened to call the police. As they were leaving, Mr. Johnson shouted towards my room,
"The president can shove it!"
or something to that effect. But as luck will have it, the president himself was visiting me right at that time and heard the whole thing. He was furious and rushed out to confront them in the hallway. Sandy was there too, and she said those two guys were as white as a sheet. They were practically on their hands and knees apologizing. The president was so angry, he later closed that sales office for good. The other staff members were transferred to other branches, but Mr. Johnson and Mr. Bain were both fired. They tried to get another job elsewhere, but since the president had a lot of connections and pull in the industry, their efforts failed miserably. I heard Mr. Johnson is currently unemployed, but still has considerable debt hanging over his head thanks to me. I later heard he was married but got divorced shortly after this incident. Apparently, he's working various part-time jobs now to make ends meet. Not sure what happened to Mr. Bain. He paid the compensation and just up and disappeared. As for me, I'll be starting that new job next month. So until then, I'm taking it easy. Sandy took a few days off. So, we're headed down to the beach over the weekend.
Hey Pam, are you there? There is something that you and I should talk about. Or rather, I guess it's something more that I just need to tell you. There isn't really much talking to be done about it now that I think about it. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you that tomorrow my sister is going to come over to our house to hang out for a while.
Hold on a second, Fred. Why am I just hearing about this now? I really wish that you would have told me about this way sooner. I had no idea that anyone was going to be coming over, let alone your sister, tomorrow. I have so much that I have to prepare before she gets here. I don't have time when you tell me these things so last minute.
What are you talking about? What do you have to get ready? There isn't anything you need to prepare for my sister. Why would you even think that you need to do something like that? It doesn't make any sense.
Fred, you aren't really serious about that, right? You know that there are always some kinds of preparations to be done when someone comes over. I have to clean the house, make it at least look presentable, and try and be a good host.
Well, I really don't see what the big problem is. It isn't like you have to tear apart the whole house and do some kind of deep clean or something like that. Now, I don't see why you just can't throw things in the closet and make the houses look somewhat nice for them. You know? Besides, you're my wife. That's kind of your job to be ready for these kinds of things anyways. If you're really that worried, then you should have been keeping the house in order just in case anyone were to drop by anyways. But it's not like you don't have a ton of free time anyways. I mean, you've basically been doing nothing ever since you got pregnant. I'm really not buying it if you're trying to tell me that you don't have enough time to do this one little thing for me.
But that isn't even the problem. I don't think you're being fair to me at all right now, Fred.
I'm sorry, but if that's all you have to say to me, then you're going to have to try a little harder to come up with a better argument. In fact, you may as well get it through your head right now that the moment you married me, you gave up any right to argue with me at all.
What do you mean? You can't actually be serious about that, right? Why are you being so overbearing? This isn't fair. I mean, you're talking as if you're someone out of the 50s or something. Don't you know that husbands can't just treat their wives like this anymore? Besides, I'm literally 8 months pregnant. Are you really just not going to acknowledge that at all? But this isn't just a recent thing. I feel like you've been treating me poorly like this ever since I got pregnant all those months ago. Aren't you worried at all about our child and what kind of effect that treating me like this might have on them? You're being completely unreasonable.
You really think that just because you're pregnant, it means that you can get away with whatever you want? Why do you think being pregnant even makes you that special, huh?
What do you mean? I don't think it makes me special. I think it means that I have a health condition where I have a literal human growing inside me.
Oh, please. Just why do you think that merits you any kind of special treatment at all, huh? Any woman can get pregnant. You're not that big of a deal, you know. You really think that just because you're pregnant, then I have to do every little thing for you? No, you're having a baby. But that doesn't make you a baby. You're just going to have to learn how to take care of yourself and quit relying so much on me.
And do you think you're going to feel the same way about all of this even after I have our child, Fred?
What are you talking about now? Why are you always trying to change the subject? If you're trying to make a point, then just make it and move on with your life. I really don't have the time to deal with some hysterical pregnant lady right now.
I just mean that even after I have our kid, are you still going to demand that I do everything by myself? Are you really just going to make me continue to take care of the house and chores and the child while you do nothing to help out at all?
I don't get what you're trying to ask. I mean, just who else would do any of that anyways?
I really can't believe the messages that I'm reading from you. You are just being ridiculous. I mean, are you really not going to help out around the house or with the child at all after I give birth? Well, if that's how you really feel about the situation, then I feel I understand very well where we're at right now.
Yeah, where we're at is that I don't want you coming to me asking for help for every little thing, got it? You're a wife, and that means that it is your job to obey what your husband tells you to do and quit whining. Did you really not think that when you got married, you wouldn't have to take care of the house and chores and everything? I'm not treating you like anything.
I just didn't think that after we got married that you were going to turn into such a domineering jerk, Fred. I mean, you do know that I have a job as well, right? I'm only not working right now because of the pregnancy leave, and I'll have some more time I'll be able to take after I have the child as well. But the fact of the matter is that I still work and I still contribute to the family in that way. So I don't know why it is that you think you can treat me as if I never ever do anything for this family.
I'm treating this way precisely because you're not contributing anything to the family at all. Besides, nothing that you said changes the fact that I'm the husband and you're the wife, and whatever I say goes. The moment you said I do, you swore your life to me. You pledged to always be faithful and obedient and never once question your husband. Did you really not realize that's what you were getting yourself into?
I don't remember anything besides the faithful part ever being part of our vows. And if you really think that's how a marriage is supposed to work, then I don't even know what to say to you. But I guess if anything, I should say I'm grateful for you making your position perfectly clear. And I guess I finally understand why it is that you haven't shown me an ounce of kindness ever since I first got pregnant.
And just what makes you think that someone like you even deserves a gram of kindness from someone like me, huh?
You're right. I guess it's probably because you're running around showing all your kindness to someone else.
Excuse me? What did you just say to me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh? How dare you talk to me like this?
I didn't mean anything by it at all, Fred. Anyways, I have to get ready for your sister to arrive tomorrow, so I'm about to be very busy.
Hey, you should be completely free this summer, right? I mean, you don't really have anything scheduled for the whole, say, summer break until school starts back up. Does that sound right?
I'm not quite sure what you mean about plans or being free. I am 8 months pregnant, so by the time summer starts, I'll probably have already moved into the hospital to get ready to give birth.
Right, okay. So you're going to be in the hospital for a little bit of time near the start of summer, and then besides that, you should be free. Do I have that right? I guess that means that you wouldn't have any problems watching kids then, right?
Fred, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about right now, but watching kids is all that I would be doing anyways after I get out of the hospital. Or rather, I should say that watching a kid, ours, is the only thing that I'm going to be doing once I get out of the hospital.
But you already said that you don't really have any other plans for the summer after you have our baby, right? Please. You have to give me a hand here. My sister could really use your help, Pam.
I'm sorry, but I still have no idea what you're going on about. What help does your sister need? You're still not telling me why you want to know whether or not I'm going to be free this summer.
And the only reason I'm asking if you're going to be free this summer or not is because my sister is going to need someone to look after her 4 kids for the summer break.
Wait, what? Are you telling me that you want me to be the one to look after them? When I'm already so close to giving birth to our own child right now? You can't actually be serious about that, right?
Of course I am. I wouldn't be asking this of you if I wasn't serious about you doing it. That wouldn't make any sense at all.
But what do you mean? Why do you think I would agree to this? What does any of this have to do with me?
It has to do with you because you're going to be home all day anyways, right? So if you're not going to be doing anything but sitting around the house with a baby, then you should be able to do it just fine. I mean, you said yourself that you still have your maternity leave and won't have to go into the office for a while after you have our kid, remember? I mean, you are really starting to piss me off with this lazy, entitled attitude of yours. Do you know that?
Did you seriously just call me lazy and entitled for being pregnant? What kind of way is that to talk to your wife, Fred? Seriously, what is the matter with you? Why are you treating me like this?
Now look, I'm not going to ask you anymore. Do you understand? You were going to look after my sister's kids and that's that. Just think of this as a way to get some practice in child rearing before you have to do the real thing. This is going to be a great learning opportunity. You learn how to deal with 4 kids of all different ages. It's going to be great, I promise.
So you were never asking me in the first place is what I'm to get from that then? No! The answer is no, and this is the last I want to hear of it. I'm sorry, but you'll have to tell your sister to go and look for a sitter elsewhere.
What did you just say? You really think you can talk to me like this? Did you forget that you are my wife and I'm your husband? You can't talk to me like that.
Look, Fred, even if I wanted to do this for your sister, it just wouldn't work at all in the current state that I'm in. I am literally about to give birth to our child, and you are asking me to take care of 4 kids for the entire summer on top of that? I mean, do I really have to spell out for you why this isn't going to work? Just think about it, Fred.
What on earth are you talking about, Pam? The only one who isn't thinking about this hard enough is you. Or rather, you're actually thinking about it way too much, because the whole issue is so much more simple than you're making it out to be. You are going to do as I say and watch my sister's kids, or else I'm going to divorce you. So what do you think about that?
You're serious about this? You're really going to divorce me if I don't do as you say? Do you even understand what you're actually saying when you threaten me with that, Fred?
Of course I do. Do you really think that I would just say something like that without thinking about it first? You're clearly just upset because you can't think of a good rebuttal, and that's why you resorted to these sad little questions. But I've already made it very clear to you that I am the boss around here, and you have no right to tell me no about anything that I ask of you.
So you're really not even going to listen to your wife telling you that she is not prepared, equipped, or willing to do this?
I'm glad that you're finally starting to get some of that through your head. So does that mean that I don't need to have to keep arguing with you over this? Here's the deal. You're going to take care of my sister's 4 kids for the duration of the summer break, okay? You're my wife, and I know for a fact that you have nothing but time on your hands right now. So don't even try to tell me that you're not going to be able to do this. If I hear even a word of complaint from you again, so help me, I will really divorce you.
Well, okay then. Consider this my one more word of complaint. Now let's go get that divorce started, Fred.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You're telling me that you want to get divorced?
I mean that you gave me a choice. Obey you or get a divorce, right? Well, I've made my choice, so what do you think about that?
But hold on. What on earth are you talking about right now? You're really going to try and walk away from me? What do you think you'll be able to do for yourself after that? You might think that you're tough talking like that to me right now, but I know that you'll never, ever be able to walk the walk. So if you're not actually serious about any of this, then I recommend you keep your mouth shut and don't say stupid things like that, or else I will really leave you.
I'm not trying to bluff you, and I wasn't joking about that either.
Look, the summer break starts tomorrow, and my sister's kids are going to be coming not long after that. I really don't have time for this kind of nonsense from you.
And just why do you think that I'm going to go along with any of this? You can't just drop a huge request on me like this and expect me to jump at it and drop everything else that I'm doing. You can't just treat people, especially your wife, this way. But I don't even see why we're continuing this conversation. It seems that we've said all we have to say.
No, we're not through here. You need to understand very clearly that the only way that you're going to get a divorce is with my permission, okay? I mean, I know that you don't really want to get divorced as a pregnant woman, right? What would be the point in doing something as stupid as that?
Oh no, I think I'm going to be just fine, actually. Besides, I'm only giving you what you wanted, Fred.
Hey, Pam, are you there? Just where did you run off to? I can't find you anywhere around the house at all, and my sister is about to arrive with her kids soon. I thought I told you that I wanted the house to be ready when they all arrived. It looks like you've barely done anything at all around here. You had better be working and cleaning up the house somewhere.
I thought I already told you what I was going to be doing, Fred. I'm getting out divorce papers right now.
Wait, what? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you seriously still going on with this stupid prank of yours? I thought I told you that it wasn't going to work on me.
And I thought I told you that I wasn't trying to prank or fool you at all. You and I are getting a divorce, and that is that. Did you actually think that I was joking about any of that? And did you really tell your sister to show up to our house with all of her kids? Why would you do that? What is the matter with you? If you really thought that I was just going to go along with this, then you are sorely mistaken, because I'm not even home right now.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're not even making any sense at all now. Are you getting a heat flash or something? Is this some crazy pregnant lady hormonal thing? I thought I told you that if you didn't do as I say, then I was going to divorce you. Now you get back to the house right now and start getting things ready for my sister's kids. Are you seriously not going to get anything ready for them at all?
Are you really trying to tell me that I should be worried about these 4 other children when I am literally about to give birth to my own kid? And just what kind of way is this for any father to treat his wife or his unborn child?
What are you talking about now? You really do think that being pregnant makes you untouchable, don't you? When are you going to wake up and realize that you can't shirk your responsibilities like this?
Me shirk my responsibilities? You're the only one literally threatening to divorce me and leave me a single mother if I don't obey you. But the thing is that I would rather be a divorced single mother than be with you for another second, so your threat doesn't work.
Wait, hold on just a second there, Pam. Now, I thought I told you that I didn't think this joke was funny the first time, and I don't want to hear any of this crazy talk from you, okay?
And I am telling you for the last time that I am not joking about any of this. I am very serious. In fact, I've already submitted the paperwork for the divorce, and there's no undoing it now. So there isn't even a point in carrying on this conversation any further because nothing you say is going to change that fact.
Wait, what? Are you really serious? You're really submitting the divorce paperwork already? Please tell me that you're still trying to play some kind of prank on me right now. You can't be serious about that, right?
Why do I even bother with you? Are you even reading the messages that I'm sending you? I am trying to tell you that I am serious. I was never joking about this, and now I've gone and gotten us divorced. It's over. You gave me a clear choice, and I took you up on that choice. Don't be upset with me because I didn't choose the option that suited you.
You can't be serious. I don't know what to say to this. I mean, you're really serious about this, aren't you? You really wouldn't divorce me? But I never told you you could do that. When did I ever give you permission for that?
Permission? Of course you gave me permission. You said I had 2 options. I could either do what you say like a good docile wife, or we could get a divorce. That's what you told me. I'm doing exactly as you told me and nothing more.
So then you really wanted to divorce me that badly. But then who is going to watch my sister's kids?
That is not my problem and it never was. Figure it out yourself.
What do you mean?
I mean that you pushed me to this point, and if you have a problem with where things are now, blame yourself.
I don't understand. Why would you do this to me?
That's exactly the question that I want to ask you. You drove me to this. You were being so horrible to your own pregnant wife. And you never ever did anything to help out around the house. Did you really think a marriage like ours was going to last?
This can't be right. This isn't Pam. Someone must have stolen your phone to type all this.
I'm afraid that that's not the case. It is your now ex-wife Pam telling you all of this. You treated me horribly and told me if I didn't like it that I could leave. Besides, I know about the affair you were having.
Affair? What are you talking about this time? I was never having an affair.
Don't try to deny it, Fred. I have all the proof that I need.
Proof? What are you talking about? You must have really gone crazy, huh?
You really are gutsy, you know that? Carrying on your affair even when your wife is this pregnant? You have no idea what you've been putting me through with the way you've been treating me.
I only thought you were using your pregnancy to get out of doing your wifely duties.
You have no idea what it's like to be pregnant, and you were never being fair to me at all. You were literally about to have me watch over 4 kids in my state.
But only so that you can get some practice in dealing with children?
The only person who needs practice here is you.
Please, there's no need to be upset with me over this. I screwed up, okay?
I don't want to hear anything more from you. I am sick and tired of having to treat you like you're some god on earth. We are through. The divorce is happening, and you are going to have to pay dearly for your affair. The next time you hear from me, it will be from my lawyer. In the end, Fred realized that he had nowhere else to run and agreed to the divorce. Later, he received a letter from my lawyer inviting him to a discussion about alimony, child support, and the lawsuit for his infidelity. Fred even signed an agreement to never ever contact me again in exchange for a lowering of some of the fees that he would have to pay me. But by then, the rumors of his affair and divorce have been leaked to his company, and he felt compelled to resign in disgrace.